Alright, today we are going to make educated guesses, educated predictions as to what the next 6 BUFFIE Brawlers are going to be. Now, this list is heavily based on past behavior, whether it's the direction that they took with hypercharges, like the order of brawlers that they picked for those, specific traits that brawlers might have that Supercell might be looking towards for the start of Buffies, and other cool, interesting stuff like that. So if you guys end up enjoying this video or my list somehow ends up being correct, then just make sure to put code NUBS in the shop. Thank you so much. Alright guys, so the first brawler I think is going to get a buff here, just one of the 6, is Nita. Now, honestly, it could be any brawler in the rare category. I really don't think that they're going to skip out on the rare category at all. I think they're going to put at least 2 brawlers of the rare category as Buffies, like, candidates. So it's either going to be like, I don't know, Nita or maybe Brock. I think Brock could also work. I was thinking Jessie, but she's a super rare, so there's also like a little category with super rare brawlers as well, but I think that at least 2 rares are going to get him, just so then they can get him out of the way. That was terrifying. But yeah, that's my prediction there, and the reason why I picked Nita is because I'm also trying to pick like based on how badly compared to other brawlers in their rarity or in their tier might they need, oh my gosh, might they need a rework, because I don't really think that a lot of brawlers in rare exactly need a rework, but there are a couple who could use it. Like, it could just help them out, help them be more versatile, and that's, from what I'm gathering, besides being dummy broken overpowered, making brawlers more viable in other situations is the main, like, reason behind Buffies, which in turn makes them dummy broken. So why is my health gone? I do have another specific brawler that I'm going to mention about the rare rarity, because obviously there are 6 brawlers we're mentioning here that are going to get Buffies, hopefully, if I'm correct. But, okay, so this guy's just, like, point blanking me. Holy moly. Okay, what am I going to do? Let's just throw a bear here and then instantly stun, hopefully. And my bear died in half a second. Alright, awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, that's sick. You know what? Give Nita Buffies. Maybe it would have killed him. Can I just, like... Hold on. He should be dead now. He should be dead. Go, bear, go. Thank you, bear. Thank you, bear. Good bear. Good bear. Wait. I'm surprised, honestly, that we're still alive. Okay. We're still alive. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Mortis, do something. Oh my gosh, we got top 2. Now, guys, I want you to look at these brawlers right here and just plead your case on which one you think is going to get a hyper first. Now, the reason I said Nita is because she was a pretty early on hypercharge brawler. I don't know why they, or like why, yeah, I don't know why they picked certain brawlers when they did for hypercharges, but she was an early on hypercharge. And that goes into my second case, Rosa. She was in the second wave of hypercharges, the second ever wave to my knowledge. If not the second, she was in a very early stage of hypercharge type thing. So, Sprout, what are you doing getting this close to me? Okay. Wow. Interesting. But yeah, no, Rosa was a really early on brawler, and that shield doesn't help me at all. My teammates are both camping. Are you guys gonna do anything? Okay. Okay. Wait, they're like super camping. These guys are definitely in a VC right now. Like, they're giving comms. What is this? But it's working. It's working. It's working. I'm back. I'm back. Oh my gosh, it's working. It's working. Wait, you gotta be kidding me. There we go. Can you... I gotta go. Oh, I don't have speed gear, and that's the saddest thing I've ever seen, bro. Okay, but enough about her being like an early hypercharge brawler. Not only do I think that they're going to kind of like repeat that list, because I don't know, but I also think Rosa's just a brawler that can need it. I feel like after every wave of abilities, her and like El Primo and a couple other brawlers just like super fall off. I'm poisoned because that was a hyper shot. All right, I'm gonna die. And, you know, Rosa and a lot of other brawlers like that, these close range, like tanky brawlers, they just kind of like fall off, and I feel like... What happened to my health bar? That was like 15k health gone in half a second, dude. Ems is ridiculous. But yeah, those are my reasons for Nita and Rosa as my top 2 rare brawler Buffies in the next update. We'll see if it's right. Now, my next brawler is Dynamike, and this is for a different reason, because he has a specific ability that everybody's hated forever, which is his stun gadget, obviously, that they could rework, because half of Buffies, I don't know why I thought there was a wall there. Half of what Buffies are reworking the brawler and then also giving them Buffies. That's kind of like their whole point. They're basically trying to finish the game with this update. That's basically what I've caught on to. So yeah, all the brawlers who get Buffies, for the most part, should receive some kind of rework if they need it. But I feel like the newer brawlers wouldn't get it, But that's also why every brawler I've mentioned so far is an older brawler, because like with the first wave as well, they were all older brawlers, and that's just what I think they're gonna do. Also, in terms of the like order of buffies that I mentioned before, they are already going with that same order basically, because Spike, Colt, and Shelly are 3 brawlers that had the first hypercharges, and then lo and behold, they have the first buffies as well. So they're at least somewhat going in the same direction, which means Dynamike, another early on hypercharged brawler, is most likely going to get a buffy or something. So is this a double Mortis team? Like, am I about to like... Hold on. Get juked. Oh, where did you come from? He's like a magician. What is that? Alright, so we lose. Top 3. Are we alive still? Okay, the game ended. I don't know what just happened there. That was like terrible. Why was there a double Mortis team as a Dynamike? But yeah, I think Dynamike fits all the criteria. He's an older brawler. He's kind of outdated. He has abilities that need reworks from buffies or could just use the help from buffies. And he was in one of the earlier waves for hypercharges. So I think Dynamike's pretty much guaranteed in this wave or the next wave to get a buffy, basically. But alright, now we have Edgar, and he is for a completely different reason as well. So Edgar is one of those brawlers that once he gets like caught up with the new abilities, which is normally in the first like third quarter or whatever, like the first third of the brawlers getting their abilities. Like Edgar's usually in that group, like he gets it pretty early on, so then he's good for a while, and then everybody gets their ability, and then suddenly Edgar is bad. So I think that Edgar is going to get his in this one or the next one. I don't think it'll be much later than that, because also Edgar's a very popular brawler, and I feel like in every update, Supercell, like if they made an update where every brawler that they gave buffies to was like the boring brawlers that not many people play. How did that miss me? People would probably not care about the update that much. I feel like they have to include at least one popular brawler, and Edgar is that, and he has other reasons why he might need it, because he kind of needs the help right now. He has fallen off because everybody has hypers now, and he doesn't have that to like hold over their heads. Alright, contender number 5 in my video for buffies is Fang. Now, this is pretty much the same reason as Edgar. Like, Fang and Edgar both kind of fall off when they don't have something to hold over other brawlers' heads. Like, they were both insanely broken when their hypers came out, and part of that was because other brawlers didn't have hypercharges, so they could kind of just use that like crazy. They could go crazy with it. But now Fang kind of went back to like this normal state, I feel like, where he's not like good, but he's not bad. He's just kind of like there, and people play him sometimes, I guess. But when he's good, he's like the most popular brawler in the game. So, okay, thank you, Autowave. I don't think Fang is in any desperate need of like reworks or anything, but I think that when they do add his buffy, they might finally... Can we catch a break? What is going on? Daryl, you need to run for your life, bro. These trio showdown matches need to start lasting more than 10 seconds. Like, I don't know what's going on with Fang. It's like impossible though. But yeah, I think that they'll finally add like Fang's attack reticle with buffies, and like he's one of the brawlers that I don't think he really needs many reworks or fixes or anything like that, but it, you know, it just would be nice. He's like one of those brawlers. He's like Edgar, where he could just use it. Okay, so there's no chance in the world that I'm going in and killing them, because Fang does not do that anymore. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he kind of fell off. He doesn't do that anymore. He does not do those things. Okay, so you're gonna die first and foremost, and then you're gonna die, and then he doesn't do it. He almost does it, but he doesn't do it. That was close though. My main reason for Fang is not only because he's kind of like, I feel like simple for them, if that makes sense, but also he was in the same round as Edgar, and I feel like they always pair them together, so then one of them isn't too much stronger than the other, because they're both like the most popular assassin, like dashy, jumpy, attacky type brawlers. So I plead my case. I think Fang is going to at least be in the same update as Edgar, whether it's this one or the next one. It's going to be one of them, so they will share an update, because I feel like that's something that they enjoy doing. Or maybe times have changed. Maybe it won't happen this time. So basically you're dead. Okay, let's go. Cool. Somebody is in there. Okay, you have 12 cubes. That's not good. Oh, what's going... Okay. Okay, we need to kill that, guys. Guys, we need to kill these two right here. We need to kill these two right here. These two have to die first. Thank you. Okay, first of all, you die. I wish I had the other star power. I almost died to a Ruffs. Holy moly, that was insane. I need the Griff to use his super, and then I need to jump on him, because otherwise, this ain't happening, basically. I think we're good. You know what? That was that was calculated. I went behind the wall so then he would auto aim his super way to the left. Calculated. Oh my god. No way. Okay. Alright guys, for the final brawler of the next round of buffies, in my opinion, what I think is going to happen is I think Crow is going to get a buffy. So, Crow is a brawler that is interesting because he's an assassin, but he's really not. He's a controller. Now, buffies are their chance to turn him into an actual assassin. I feel like they could possibly give him, like, okay, the thing about buffies is they're kind of like passive traits. They're like little passive things that you just kind of see sometimes, or sometimes they're active, like Em's super one, but a lot of the time, they're kind of like mythic gears. That's why they replaced mythic gears. That's why mythic gears are gone on BUFFIE Brawlers, right? So, essentially, I think what they're going to do is they're going to fix Crow with buffies. I feel like he should be one of their priority targets. And not only do I think that he's going to be one of their priority targets, like he's going to be in one of the first few updates, but he was also an early on hypercharge brawler for hypercharges, obviously. So, let's just see if I can kill this guy, because he's got a lot of cubes. There we go. Good job, team. I accidentally screwed over my M's, but that's okay. You know, I really do think Crow is at least going to be in the next, like, 2 waves of buffies, and then they're probably going to rework him a little bit, hopefully to make him more of an assassin and less of a controller. I know, like, his whole thing is being a controller. I don't know, but I just, I miss the day where Crow could jump in, bro. That was such a fun time, and he was actually an assassin. That only lasted for, like, 2 months, though. Most of you guys probably weren't even born by the time or when that was happening. So these guys are just like never gonna let me in, are they? So you're gonna push me, and then you're dead. Okay, just get hit one more time. Thank you. Okay. And 8-bit, you are dead, sir. Goodbye. All right. 24 cubes. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Wait, it's actually good. I haven't gotten one of these since the original Angels versus Demons update. Let's go. Finally, I got a good one. Jeez, bro. It feels like they made the chances way lower. We finally got a good one, though. And I feel like that's my best Meg skin. Hold on. Okay. You know, one thing I will say. Yeah, this is my best Meg skin. Okay, that's actually kind of sick. That is a good drop. One thing I will say, though, is I'm like vetoing a certain type of brawler. Like Meg. Like Surge. Like Kenshi or Draco or anybody like that. I'm vetoing them. I don't think there's any chance they're getting even like Chuck, or really anybody who's like super complex, who, especially if they have like multiple forms, or like Larry Lori, I don't think they're gonna get one. Anybody super crazy like that, because if they're smart, I feel like, okay, I feel like if we're taking the right direction here, Brawl Star should focus on these simpler brawlers, make them more complex with buffies, obviously, but use the simple brawlers as a stepping stone of what works for buffies, so then they don't go into a crazy brawler who's already really well established and then just make them super broken, or they do the wrong thing and then eventually they have to change it, and it's just like, it just starts this spiral. So I really hope that they start simple and then work their way up, so then they know what to do. They're more experienced with developing buffies, and they know the direction that they want to take it. Does that make sense, or am I just yapping? I don't know. Yeah, those are my thoughts on not only who I think are going to be the next brawlers, but how I think that they should go about it, just based on my gamer experience. I don't know. We'll see what they do, though. And again, guys, if my brawlers or any of them are correct, you just gotta use code nubs in the shop, because I am predicting the future here. It would not be the first time in Brawl Star. I've actually done it plenty of times on accident, so I'm manifesting it. This is one of those moments, or I'm jinxing it. But all right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.